Hello viewers. Hello dear students. Yes, today is your turn. Yes, this video is for class 11 students. Yes. As you all know that your exams, your final exams are going on in every school. This is a time conduction of the final exams. So here today I am coming for business studies. The subject business studies today I am coming, right? So now today we are discussing about the important topics that is evergreen topics that is required whether in whichever the school you belongs to and whichever the board you are belongs to, it is overall compulsory and overall evergreen questions I provide you. So let's start chapter wise important questions that is required to you, and we are providing you for every subject. Along with business studies, we are providing economics and accountancy also, right? So let's move towards the first chapter, that is called nature and purpose of business, right? So from the first chapter called nature and purpose of business, I'm just telling you about the important topics, and the important topics are: first is causes of business risk. Causes of business risk is very important, as well as along with that you have to go with business risk also, right? So go with business risk and causes of business risk from first chapter. Along with that you just go with this very simple topic that is called economic and non-economic activities along with business, profession and employment only. Let's move on towards the second chapter. Okay, second chapter, what is the name? It is forms of business organization. The very important topic is for joint Hindu family business. It is important that you have to do it properly, and along with that joint Hindu family business, go with partnership also. The definition of partnership according to Partnership Act 1932. Along with that, you have to learn the types of partners. What you have to learn? The types of partners also you have to focus. And after that, joint Hindu family business, I also already tell you about joint Hindu family business. And from in this chapter, I feel that you require to do the cooperative organizations also. Cooperative organizations also, right? So that much is enough from this chapter also. So from second chapter, now let's move towards the third chapter called public, private and global enterprises, right? So from public, private and global enterprises, we are going with some important topics. The very important topic is departmental undertaking, statutory corporation and government companies. ये बहुत important है. Along with that, we have to go with multinational companies. Multinational companies को भी इसको अच्छे से कीजिएगा, क्योंकि ये भी बहुत important है. And along with that, from this chapter we have to go with PPP also. It is also very important, and that's it from this chapter only, right? Now let's move towards the next chapter, and the next chapter related to business services, right? So it is very important chapter actually. So from this chapter you have to focus more on some activities like banking, right? Just focus on banking and central bank also. Along with that, types of accounts you have to focus, and types of accounts. Along with the types of accounts from this chapter, you have to go with ATM, okay? And along with that, you have to go with insurance. The very important topic is insurance, right? So along with insurance, it is a very important topic is principles of insurance. Principles of insurance is very important. You have to focus on principles of insurance also. Each and every principle you have to learn properly, so that if case based questions are coming from insurance principles of insurance, case based question जरूर बनते हैं. Just go and do the practice of these questions also. Along with, you have to focus little bit focus on postal services also, right, and telecom services, right, that you have to focus. That's it from this chapter also. Now let's move towards the next chapter, that is called emerging modes of e-business. And the very important topic is e-business and e-commerce का difference, right? Because it is very important. Definitions भी इसके अच्छे से कर लीजिए क्योंकि पूरा एक chapter important है. And along with that, scope of e-business is also important. That scope of e-business मतलब B2B, B2C, C2C, इंट्रा भी, ये बहुत important है, इसको भी कर लीजिएगा क्योंकि ये भी आएंगे, right? Benefits of e-business important topic है. Traditional business important topic है, इसमें से आप इसको कर सकते हो. Along with outsourcing, you have to focus more on BPO concept. Only the concept you have to focus because extra part this KPO is already deleted. And that's it from this chapter also. Now let's move towards the next chapter. अब चलते हैं next chapter पे. That is called social responsibilities of a business and business ethics. Right? From this chapter, we have to go with social responsibilities. Arguments of social responsibility is important topic, and against and for both the topics are very important, and you have to focus more something in this chapter is very important topic is social responsibilities towards different interest groups. Social responsibilities towards different interest group बहुत important है, इसको कर लीजिएगा. It is really very important. And from environmental protection, no need. Business ethics, you have to learn the definition of business ethics, right, and elements of business ethics. That's it from this chapter. Now let's move towards the next chapter, that is called your sources of business finance, the most important chapter, right? Here you have to focus little bit on fixed capital requirement and working capital requirement, right? फिक्स कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट एंड वर्किंग कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट पे फोकस कीजिए क्योंकि ये टॉपिक इम्पॉर्टेंट है. अलॉन्ग विद दैट, इफ वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न मोर फ्रॉम दिस चैप्टर इज सोर्सेज ऑफ फाइनेंस. वी हैव टू गो विद ओनर्स फंड, एंड फ्रॉम द ओनर्स फंड वी हैव टू मोर गो टुवर्ड्स इक्विटी शेयर्स. Equity shares are very important part that you have to focus more, right? Along with the equity shares, you have to go with public deposit. Public deposit is also very important topic, right? And borrowed fund में debentures बहुत important है, इसे जरूर कर लेना. Debenture, the topic is debenture is very important. And along with that, you have to go with ADR, GDR and IDR. ADR, GDR and IDR बहुत important है, right? इसको अच्छे से कर लो, right? Now let's move towards the next chapter. अब हम next chapter पे चलते हैं. And next chapter जो है वो है हमारा क्या? It is called small business, right? Small business नाम है इस chapter का, लेकिन chapter भी बहुत small सा है. तो इसमें स्टार्टअप इंडिया स्कीम के बारे में आप थोड़ा सा फोकस कीजिए. Along with that, you have to go with some more topics from this chapter is role of small business in India. इस पे भी जाना है आपको, role of small business in India. And along with that, you have to go with the government assistance to small industries. ये important topic है इसमें. And along with that, NABARD should be, you have to go with NABARD and should be also. And from this chapter, you have to go with problems of small business is also a little bit important. And that's it, right? From this chapter, that's it. We think it is important. These topics are only important from this chapter. Now let's move towards the next chapter, that is called internal trade. That is called internal trade. And from the internal trade, we have some topics from the internal trade are wholesale trade and retail trade is very important. You have to focus more on wholesale trade as well as retail trade. Okay. Now services also you have to go with services of wholesaler and services of the retailer. इसको भी focus कीजिएगा, बहुत important है. Along with you have to go with the From this chapter, you have to go with types of itinerant retailers are very important. Types of itinerant retailers. Okay, this is also very important. You have to focus on types of itinerant retailers also. And from this chapter, you have to go with departmental stores also. Departmental stores. Okay, so go with departmental stores also. This is also very important topic. चेन स्टोर्स, मल्टीपल स्टोर्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको भी अच्छे से कर लेना क्योंकि ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स लग रहे हैं. और एंड फ्रॉम दिस चैप्टर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट मेल ऑर्डर डिटेलिंग इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. गो विद दिस ऑल्सो and you have to go with some more topic. Automatic vending machine, AVM, is also very important. Go with AVM also, right? And okay, that is enough from this chapter. Now let's move towards the last chapter of business studies called international trade, called external trade, right? External business. So international trade, we have some important topics, and the important topics are problems in international business. इसको focus कीजिए. And it is important. Along with that, you have to focus on export, import and interport also. Definition of export, import and interport. Okay, now let's move towards the next chapter and the next topic, sorry. And from the next topic we have some more topic that we have to focus are export procedure is very important. एक्सपोर्ट प्रोसीजर को बहुत अच्छे से कर लो. एक्सपोर्ट प्रोसीजर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. एक्सपोर्ट प्रोसीजर के डॉक्यूमेंटेशंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. कौन कौन से डॉक्यूमेंट्स एक्सपोर्ट प्रोसीजर में लगते हैं ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो इसको भी अच्छे से फोकस कर लीजिएगा. एंड फुल फॉर्म्स ऑल्सो यू हैव टू फोकस. LOC है ना, C&F एजेंट, that you have to focus more on these things. And DO, right, delivery order, that you have to go with. So along with that, World Trade Organization, बड़ा confusion है स्टूडेंट बच्चों को सबको. World Trade Organization क्या है actually? Some books saying different things from World Trade Organization, and पूरा जो information है वो सब बुक्स में अलग अलग तरीके से रखी है. तो वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अगर क्वेश्चन आपके एग्जाम पेपर में आता है तो यू जस्ट राइट वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्टैब्लिश हुआ है 1 जनवरी 1955 में, राइट. और इसका हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ है? जेनेवा में है. कहाँ पर है? जेनेवा. जेनेवा कहाँ पर है? स्विट्जरलैंड में है, राइट. और टोटल मेंबर रिप्रेजेंटिंग जो है इसमें 159 मेंबर्स हैं और 97 टोटल वर्ल्ड ट्रेड जो है उसको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. तो वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आपको इसको डेफिनेशन को अच्छे से करना है. अलॉन्ग विद दैट गेट and full form of GATE you have to focus. Objectives and functions of WTO is also very important, that you have to go with these functions also. So that's it from this chapter. Now let's move towards some important points that I want to tell you. Important points are that first of all you have to read the paper carefully. You get 15 minutes to read your paper. Just read the paper carefully and find out the answers in your mind on the time when you read the question. Basically focus on case studies during 15 minutes. जो 15 minutes होंगे उसमें case studies पर focus कीजिए. Along with that, if you get the answers, so just find out the answers in your mind in from every aspects you have to find, because many students have confusion in their case based questions only, right. So this you have to focus, and along with that you have to go with your entire book chapters back exercises also. For your MCQs and for short answers you have to focus your book at last. And all the topics from all the back exercises from your book you have to focus more, as if you just read out all the chapters and focus on your back exercises, then I surely tell you that you get success in your this exam, specifically in business studies we are talking right now. So just focus more on back exercises also. Along with these topics what I am telling you, this is evergreen topics, which is evergreen for every school. This is not called कि ये particular CBSE board के लिए है. Actually आप सबको पता है it is very common for ICSE, CBSE and UP board also nowadays. So these topics are very important in every board, so just focus it. These are the evergreen topics, and this is important for every year. ये हर साल के लिए important है, you have to focus it. And along with that, last thing I want to remind you, focus on your back exercises properly. From the every chapter, the back of the every chapter, there are some exercises given to you, and these exercises are very important for your examination point of view. So focus it more towards your back exercises also, right? So I hope students, your exam is going good. All the best. Thank you.